Here's the second full-length, continuous commentary review of Tales from the Crypt. Forever ambergris, written in English, polished for grammar and spelling, flowing as a single narrative, and enriched with new scenes, reflections, and analysis. Forever ambergris, from Tales from the Crypt, presents an intricate exploration of human desire, obsession, and the moral compromises we make when faced with temptation, wrapped in the series' signature blend of macabre humor and psychological suspense. From the opening scene, the viewer is drawn into a coastal world both beautiful and treacherous, where the glimmer of sunlight on the waves belies the darkness of human intention. The episode begins with a sense of calm, almost a pastoral serenity, as the protagonist strolls along the beach, surveying the shoreline for the legendary ambergris, a rare substance that has captivated collectors and connoisseurs for centuries. The cinematography in these early sequences is meticulous, capturing not only the texture of sand and sea, but also the protagonist's obsessive attention to detail, which hints at both his expertise and his emerging moral fragility. As he discovers the first fragment of ambergris, the camera lingers on his hands and the object itself, emphasizing its tactile allure and almost fetishistic quality. This moment is crucial as it establishes the central tension of the episode: the seductive power of desire and the cost of succumbing to obsession. The protagonist is portrayed not simply as greedy, but as an individual entranced by the pursuit of the extraordinary, a man whose passion blinds him to consequences. The surrounding characters enhance the narrative by reflecting diverse responses to the allure of ambergris. Some are intrigued and cooperative, while others are manipulative, attempting to leverage the protagonist's obsession for personal gain. Their interactions serve to explore themes of trust, betrayal, and human vulnerability, illustrating how fascination can fracture relationships and reveal hidden motives. One particularly compelling scene depicts the protagonist transporting a substantial find back to his makeshift laboratory, a dimly lit space cluttered with scientific equipment and oceanic curiosities. The shadows cast by the instruments and the reflective surfaces of the ambergris create an almost sacred atmosphere, as if the room itself acknowledges the object's enigmatic value. Here, the episode excels in its use of visual storytelling, allowing the audience to sense the protagonist's inner turmoil without relying on expository dialogue. As the story progresses, the narrative tension escalates through a series of well-paced sequences in which the protagonist encounters both natural and human obstacles. Stormy weather, rogue waves, and unexpected tides serve as metaphorical manifestations of the chaos his obsession has unleashed. Concurrently, rival collectors and opportunistic townsfolk introduce conflict, each interaction layering additional complexity into the plot. The episode's ability to intertwine psychological drama with suspenseful action is a hallmark of Tales from the Crypt, and Forever Ambergris demonstrates this expertly. The editing and sound design work in tandem to heighten suspense and convey emotional resonance. Quick cuts during moments of danger, such as a near accident on slippery rocks or the sudden loss of a valuable find, are juxtaposed with lingering, meditative shots of the ocean, emphasizing the fragility of human endeavor in the face of natural forces. Ambient sounds, from crashing waves to the subtle creaking of wooden floors, create an immersive environment, drawing the audience deeper into the narrative and enhancing the psychological tension. Performance-wise, the lead actor delivers a nuanced portrayal that captures the duality of fascination and self-destruction. His expressions, gestures, and body language reveal a man increasingly consumed by his desires, teetering between triumph and despair. Supporting characters are similarly compelling, each adding depth to the narrative through their motivations, fears, and ethical ambiguities. Their interactions underscore the episode's thematic concerns with human fallibility, the seductive nature of rare commodities, and the ethical dilemmas that arise when personal ambition overrides communal or moral responsibility. The episode also cleverly employs humor to offset tension and deepen thematic exploration. Moments of irony, such as the protagonist misjudging the value of a find or inadvertently undermining his own plans, provide comic relief while simultaneously reinforcing the narrative's central message. That obsession often blinds us to reality and invites consequences. This balance of humor and horror is characteristic of Tales from the Crypt and is executed with subtlety and sophistication here. Symbolically, Ambergris operates as more than a plot device. It embodies human desire for the unattainable, the pursuit of perfection, and the tension between control and chance. The protagonist's fixation on this elusive substance mirrors broader human tendencies toward accumulation, obsession, and the manipulation of nature for personal gain. As the episode unfolds, these themes are rendered visually, emotionally, and psychologically, offering viewers both entertainment and moral reflection. From a cinematic perspective, the episode's use of lighting, color, and framing is particularly effective. Warm, golden hues dominate scenes featuring ambergris, imbuing the object with an almost mystical aura, while cooler, muted tones accompany moments of moral conflict or impending doom. Framing choices, such as tight close-ups on hands handling the substance or wide shots of the tempestuous coastline, reinforce the protagonist's isolation and vulnerability, highlighting the contrast between human ambition and the vast, indifferent natural world. Comparisons to other installments in Tales from the Crypt reveal Forever Ambergris as a particularly sophisticated episode. While some episodes prioritize shock and gore, the story emphasizes psychological tension and moral nuance, achieving a layered narrative that rewards careful viewing. The pacing, character development, and visual storytelling combine to create a work that is both entertaining and thought-provoking, transcending simple genre conventions. On a personal note, viewing Forever Ambergris evokes reflections on the nature of human obsession and the ethical compromises it can engender. The protagonist's journey, marked by fascination, triumph, and ultimate vulnerability, serves as a cautionary tale that resonates beyond the confines of fiction. It invites viewers to consider the subtle ways in which ambition, desire, and attachment can shape our decisions and influence our relationships, offering a mirror to societal preoccupations with wealth, status, and rare commodities. The resolution of the episode, both inevitable and surprising, underscores the series' trademark blend of justice and irony. Consequences are meted out with precision, reinforcing the narrative's moral architecture while leaving a lasting impression on the viewer. The closing scenes, where the protagonist confronts the culmination of his choices against the backdrop of the relentless sea, are visually and emotionally powerful, leaving a sense of melancholy intertwined with awe. Additionally, the episode incorporates elements of folklore and myth in a manner that enriches the narrative without overwhelming it. The historical mystique surrounding ambergris, its maritime lore, and its perceived value are woven seamlessly into the plot, grounding the supernatural and psychological elements in a quasi-realistic framework. This interplay between fact and fiction enhances immersion and adds a scholarly layer for those intrigued by cultural and historical references. Ultimately, Forever Ambergris exemplifies the enduring appeal of Tales from the Crypt. It entertains, unsettles, and stimulates thought. The episode's meticulous attention to narrative construction, character development, and cinematic technique demonstrates a commitment to quality storytelling within the anthology format. It challenges viewers to engage with the material on multiple levels, reflecting on human nature, ethical choices, and the fine line between fascination and obsession. Watching it is an experience that combines visual pleasure, emotional resonance, and intellectual stimulation, confirming the series' place as a masterclass in horror, humor, and psychological insight. The episode's legacy endures not only because of its memorable plot and characters, but because it captures timeless truths about human desire, ambition, and the consequences of unchecked obsession. It is an episode that rewards repeated viewing, revealing ever more layers of the meaning, subtle thematic connections, and cinematic artistry with each encounter, making Forever Ambergris a standout installment within an already distinguished series.